Hi all. Right, US action phase coming up, but here's the big story. The big story. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. And Grant clumsily had thought in the back of his mind, okay, I maybe wasn't thinking we needed to worry. I mean, these last three came in quite quick. So I think we were sitting at 10 for a wee while. But in the back of my mind, I had it at 16, and it's not. It's 14 is the limit. Well, 14 and you're out. We've got 13 on the west side, so we will get through this US action phase, but after that, who knows? Certainly the US action phase over in the west is going to be, it's going to have to be defensive, shall we say. Yeah. Okay, well, let's just move on with it then. I see this guy disrupted. Yeah, he is on this side, isn't he? Yeah. So disruption removal there. These two as well, which is a bit unfortunate, but I think we're okay with that because, like I talked about, we can still get an attack from here along with a ranged fire. And this is the one that took a hit, but I think that 11 strength should see us through that okay. Okay, so, well, let's get the... I mean, this side is going to be good, so that's going to be nice. Nice things to do. Whether they're for any purpose, we shall see. Okay, so just before I make the attack, just want to make sure this guy can't withdraw because we're going to attack him. He is allowed to trace into one Bokash hex, and then he has to trace his way out. So he would be able to go in there. Yeah. So he would be able to go in there, but he can't go in there. He can't go in there. He would be able to go in there. He can't go in there. He can't go in there. He would be able to trace into there. He cannot trace into there. He cannot trace into there. He can trace into here. Then he cannot trace into there. Well, because it's controlled and it's also adjacent to the beach. And he cannot trace into there. Yeah, all good. All good. Okay, so we attack. Yeah, we have to, because we have to flank him. Yeah, so we have 11 strength. Like I say, I could have used these two. Yeah, but and might have considered that if these guys had been up still, but then again, they're coming up the slope. That would give double, so attacking from here, so it makes sense. So 11 against 3, which is doubled to 6. 11 against 6. We have the weapons, the full strength infantry. Ooh. He's adjacent anyway. He has all the weapons. He's adjacent. You have the Browning anyway, don't you? Yeah, at range, yeah. So we have the weapons. We're more than double. This guy's gone. He has no route to escape to. So, all that work for that. I know. Some of you are probably still shaking your head thinking, well, what did you gain out of that, Grant? And yeah, you could well be right. Because, well, now I was talking the end of that, what happened over in the west there, I'm actually talking about, can I just scoot out there and get the points on this side? Maybe, I mean, I tend to think that's highly unlikely, but anyway, we'll keep going. We'll keep going just now anyway. Right, so I did forget about one thing there. This was an action, but we would definitely be using that. Okay, well, might as well push on to this other bit while we're here. So he gets a free attack from the general, and this WM position. It does have depth. It is no No terrain bonus though. And then this ranged infantry is on the bottom. Yep. Now, I know that's on the high ground, but it does shoot down onto the beach, so it's overlooking the sort of edge. He's within 2, he's in command of an HQ, which doesn't matter at all actually, Grant, so I don't know why you're saying that. There's one adjacent infantry unit attacking, he can support the fire. So we have 11 strength, and I think the only worry here was demolitions. So, let's see what we get. So, Bangalore. Yeah, because I looked at that, because that ranged infantry would not have brought the Bangalore, so that's good. So, we've got 11 against 1, so we're clearly double. We're hoping to take this guy out in a 1 hour. No demolitions, please. Oops, let's put it the right way around, Grant. Yeah, I almost paused the camera there to say some things. Look at, he's got demolitions down there. So, well, we have disruption and optional attrition, but I mean, yeah. Definitely don't have demolitions. Nah, it makes sense. They're at range if it was adjacent. Well, however, I think if the ranged infantry was adjacent and it was crossing a buff, don't think it would bring it either. I think it would be classed at range because it's kind of like firing up the buff there. Well, I'll tell you. No. Say these are 2. Fortunately, they're 2 from the other side. In fact, this is where I want them. I want the 4 strength units to come this way. I think get into a bit of safety, but unfortunately, there's quite a few of them tied in. I don't think I want to take attrition, do I? I mean, that'd be another catastrophic loss on this unit. I mean, okay, we're only sitting at 7 on that side, but man, as long as Brown doesn't disrupt these guys again, then would it not just mean it? The annoying thing is it's an action to take it. Well, however, unless I get this HQ moved into position, I'm not awful sure what we're going to do now with the situation in the west. So so what would we need? 1, 2. We would need, well, yeah. If the attack's going to come from the slope, everything gets doubled, doesn't it? Yeah. So we would need a strength of 5. Well, we could have just attacked with both of these. It'd be a 1 action thing anyway. It's not as if we need to flank or anything like that. So next turn we could just give this an action to attack. If it gets disrupted, then, well, we'd need to do this and, well, I don't know what we would need to do, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not a huge, well, I'm saying it's not a huge rush. Is that optional attrition? I'm starting to think. No, it's not, is it? I'm talking rubbish. That's only when you've not got. No, that is the case, Grant. Because we don't have the weapons. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, we've got at least double. Germans are disrupted and we have optional attrition. Yeah, I just started to think that it would allow us to place the engineer base next turn. So I don't know. Hold on though. Hold on. Yeah, because I don't have the weapons, I don't get to take them right out, do I? I just remove the depth marker on the unit to be staying. I want disrupted. So I'm better waiting till next turn. Okay, I might need to attack with something else right enough to get the double, because I want to attack them for double strength with the demolitions so that I remove them both. Yeah, so it actually doesn't really help much at all doing the attrition, so I think we just let that go then. Okay. Right. We didn't get an artillery fire, so I'm going to have a wee look at our units coming up the draw here, because I think they can move 1 hex further. Because the range went up to 4, it did indeed, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we now have cleared the mines in this hex, and it's only brown that fires into there, and we have brown. So this is a problem hex, but this is, hopefully we're going to start, now that we've got rid of that purple position, we can start manoeuvring on this. However, these guys are going to make 1 move there, 1 move there. Now, my thinking, and I've mentioned it quite a few times, so nobody's commented, so my guess is that still is a secondary road. I mean, it shows it on the terrain key map there, that is a secondary road. I mean, the bit that's red, it says it's a mined road, but obviously we're not going up it as a mine road, the mines have been cleared, so I think it just takes it back to its normal secondary road. So my thoughts are I can move 2 hexes there with a tank. Tank unit that begins its move on a secondary road may move up to 2 hexes along secondary and major roads. Oh, hang on. Mined roads and trails may not be entered at all by tanks until they have been cleared by engineer bases. Yeah, well that's, yeah. But then surely that then makes it a secondary road like it was. Just it was mined and now it's not mined. Well, I'm going for this. Let me know if it's wrong and I should be able to probably fix it. So 2 hex move along the secondary road and behind there. It's maybe not that big a deal because we're going to take a little bit of time. Sorry, we're going to take a little bit of time dealing with this. So it's kind of like, so if you come back and tell me that for some reason, because that part of the draw is a mined road that was, I don't know. I think I'm getting it right, to be honest. But it's not the first time I've been wrong, so please let me know. Okay, yeah, I guess the other thing is we're shifting the other tank, aren't we? Because, I could have used the tank as well. What are you thinking, Grant? Oh, just as well, that didn't matter. Tank doesn't give demolitions. I forgot all about it. I don't think it helps me hanging them about though, does it? I mean, I would have been kicking myself there though if the tank did give demolitions. Demolitions is obviously a close-up and personal thing, isn't it? So, yeah, well, there's not an issue. So I think I'm just going to move the tank back. So free move from the engineer base if you like, or the general, whatever. Like I say, that was on the trail, so you can only move the 1 hex, and this is a sort of half and half, so you'll only be able to move the 1 hex the next time. That's how I'm reading that anyway. Okay. Now we get down to some things about what are we trying to achieve up here, because we've got units spread about everywhere really, haven't we? We didn't bring our other HQ in over this side as Martin had maybe hoped we were doing. So yeah, we've only got a range. Well, we've got up to range 3. So next turn we will grab range 4. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll stretch down to get this guy. We should also, oh no, it needs to go to a 5, doesn't it? I don't know. I mean, I could certainly push on with this guy. You know what I mean? He can keep moving 2 hexes, grabbing these victory point hexes. Well, certainly here and then here. He could keep moving, and well, here's the thing though. Does he not want to get a wee bit closer to that guy? Ooh, but that's on a road, and then that's a junction. That's a road. Yeah, that's a 2 hex move. Okay. Okay, and we're in command of the HQ there, but this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you know what? No, he can't get adjacent to this, but he could get poised to move adjacent next turn. Hang on. We said we don't even need. The only downside to this is we need a machine gun, which is this guy. It's got to be in it. It's got to be a ranged infantry, because yeah, there's no heroes around, and the tank's coming up the draw. Yeah, I'm not going to get. Is that a high ground there? Yeah, but right, no, hold on. We're not getting past this hex until we dealt with him, so there's no tank help regarding machine gun. So it's got to be this guy. That's not a 2 hex move, is it? Damn it. So it's going to take me 2 turns to get into position with a machine gun. Well, 2 more turns after this. But we don't need this guy. We just need this guy to sit tight just now. And then when we get this guy moved into position, we then move him into position. Now, if red then fires, it might hit him, knock him down 1 step. We then attack with 11. With the weapons. 11 against 8. Okay, it's not. I mean, if I could have mustered up another 5 strength, right enough. So I suppose that guy would allow us to, like, take him out in a 1-er. And remember, he's also not going to escape, so we don't need to worry about that. So we don't need to come around the back of him. I think it might make sense to come here, and then I might actually have time to come here. But then, if I'm then moving away from one of these hexes, what is the point? Well, maybe it's only just a backup plan, just in case that it might need to come down. We're going to be out at HQ range. I mean, these positions up there are not. Well, this is a victory point. Can't see myself going up to get that one. I would. Man, I don't know if I've got the time, to be honest, to get down, and I think probably unrealistically thinking of that one, but maybe trying to get this one that's beside the A exit. I don't know if there's time to exit a couple units, maybe. I think we probably need to exit some units if I've got any hope, really. And I'm afraid I don't see that as a... So yeah, so probably not going to bother about that. These up here are not victory point hexes, neither is this. But all this is, so, and then we could link up with the general and his crew and this HQ and all that just coming up, because, like I say, I think I'm just going to abandon the West, if that's possible. I'm going to try and retreat back to the beach, I think. There's no way of really sneaking through either. I mean, I thought, sorry, I know I'm jumping about here, but you know what I'm like, about trying to get through here with these guys, but they're going to, this guy is one, this is one of the 4 strength units, and I cannot risk, I mean, I could risk bringing them into here, and then bringing them into here, and basically just bring them back down the beach, and if anything, just try and moving them east. He's the only one there. Yeah, no, that's a ranger. That's our hero ranger. So he's the only dodgy one there, but we do need to watch this too, because if it gets hit twice, and it's set in orange and red, so orange and red fire, boom boom, game over again. So, but I think the main worry is there's 3 of them in here, 1, 2, 3, and they're all sitting in intense fire. So, yeah, I think we probably have to disrupt this, and then hopefully it stays disrupted next turn we retreat. I think that's the way. I mean, okay, these 2 look like they could escape into here, but there's only 1 in here. And he's got nowhere to go, so it makes more sense, I think, disrupting this. And then, well, that is it, right enough. They're the dangers, the 4 strength units, 1, 2, 3, and the 1 there, but to an extent this here. Yeah, he should. Thing is, this is an infiltration move for him. Can he go in there? Yeah, this is a safe hex. He wants to come in here. They want to come to... Yeah. Oh, this guy's disrupted. Is that the leader that's disrupted? Oh, it is, isn't it? Oh, well, mind you, he's a safe hex. Well, we would be concentrating the hex, but it's sporadic. That works. Yeah, that works. So it could be quite interesting to work my way out of this. I mean, it does mean that I can forget victory points over here. I had sort of slim possibilities of thinking, well, can I still take this draw? I cannot. This guy rebuilt his depth. And I know this is the smallest draw. We need to take this out. We don't have... what's that? 6... 10. Yeah, we need 16 to disrupt this. We don't have that. We're not going to get it anytime soon. We just need to forget. Sadly. We tried. Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see, like I say. But we're still over here, Grant. So, why were we over there? Yeah, so we're wondering about going up here. Well, I think this sort of stuff could make some sense then. Free move from for the command post. Free move from the command post. We need to watch A4, however, because it's now open up communication if we do that. Yeah, in actual fact, no, that doesn't help. He's on the main road. No, well, maybe he could back up. I don't really want them to back up, do we? Yeah, it's all this big puzzle again, isn't it? Just trying to work out. I certainly don't want to leave something redeploying into here, right beside my command post. That's silly talk, isn't it? Right, let me pause and let me see if I can work out a plan. Okay, right. I'm just looking there and I'm thinking, right, we want to go up there and get some victory points, and then we want to go down here and take this out and get this exit. I think it's one or the other, really. Um, yeah, because we're going to have to cover our tracks here as we move. I mean, yeah, I felt like I could probably 2-hex move this guy into here to protect that purple position, and then these move away. But so what is the better thing to try and achieve? There's more victory point hexes up there. There's only these two down here, but there's an exit. However, there is an exit up there. C's exit is up here. So if I stroll up here with one unit into here and bring this branches into a secondary road up here, that's another victory point hex, and then 2 away is another victory point hex, and then we could try and exit there. And like I said about this HQ and these generals, the general could come up this way, and well, to be honest, D's exits up there, but I may be getting carried away thinking I've got plenty of time, and I realise I'm not. I mean, even if these guys move 2 hexes every turn from now, turn 24, well, let's just have a glance. 1, 2, and so that's turn 25, 26, 27, 28. And then he exits. I mean, he exits with 3. If he exits with 3 steps, that's 3 points, isn't it? However, it's only 3 points if we can trace communication. US communication. I should be looking at the winning and losing the extended game, yeah. 1 victory point for each armour or regular infantry step that moves off the map from a lettered exit hex, but only if you can trace US communication to the exit hex at the end of play. You can earn victory points for having an armoured unit on the high ground and for exiting its steps. I mean, I don't think any of my armoured units are exiting. And even looking at that, what did I say? It took me to turn 29. What did I say? 25, 26, 27, 28, and then exit on 29. And that's him who's the closest. So I've only got another 3 turns after that. These guys all need to move double time, just like, I don't know, it's possible. It's possible that no, we're not quite getting, because this brown position's in the way, but once we get into here, I mean, this unit here could dash, well, it's disrupted, but that is a road there. 1, 2, 1, 2, well, probably 1, 2, and then, yeah, I don't know if we've got time. I don't know if we've got time for it all. The other thing is, could some of this go down and challenge this, possibly? I mean, we can take more risks with these guys on this side. We've only got 7 losses, so we've got a bit of leeway there. Okay, almost 30 minutes in, and I'm just scratching my head, really. Okay, I've seen something I'm going to move. So this guy gets a traffic management move. So he's going to do the same as the guy before. So 1, 2 into there. That gets him in command of the command post now as well. Right, sorry about that. It was my phone. And I'd tell you I would maybe try and edit that out, but yeah. That's all rubbish now when I say that. So be it. But I was throwing my train of thought, so we need to start again. uh, okay, give me a second. Right, I think my plan is I'm still gonna try for this. I think, because this is a nice wee, this is a nice wee step into there. You get round the back of this guy. I mean, this is an intense. Okay, so there's some risks there, but if we can get this guy, and this guy involved, now, yeah, the 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, remember talking about that. Please, if you play this game, I mean, okay, I guess things could turn out differently, but place your engineer base there, not there. Surely it should have been there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, being able to garrison this hex. I don't know, but if I push forward, I can probably protect it, but it's nicer if you've got a wee garrison marker in it, then surely that's much more comfortable, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe 1, 2, 3, these guys and one of these 6 strength units could maybe come and have a word with that guy, and then all going well, take that out, grab that and exit a couple of points, maybe. Is there time for all that? I don't know. Maybe. And then just these other 2 guys, and this one's going up to cover, really. That's all we can really. I mean, here's the thing. If we can get rid of this red guy and get the draw cleared, then these units can start gathering some of these hexes, can't they? And we do have 1 tank in there which can start scooting about quite quickly if it's on a main road. There's another one just getting onto the draw. It's just all a bit slow. And like I've just said to you, we need that ranged. Now hang on, there's another possibility. Could we attrition? We would need double, wouldn't we? So we would need 16 without the machine gun, and then the optional attrition. I mean, that's 6, 12. Possible. That's all bluffing there, though, so this guy would have to come around as well with his buddy. I think they would both end up sitting in the steady fire. If they both took a hit, 4, 8, yeah, that reduces it to 14. Yeah. Forgot about this guy, mind you. He could get involved too, because he's not really got a purpose. So many things to try and think about and work out. And I'm not gonna get anywhere near 40 points, am I? Yeah, what was I talking? I was talking about you had to trace communication still. US communication come the end of the game. So, if you do something crazy like, I'm saying that, yeah, all it needs is for a German unit to pop itself there, and the units that you've exited from C don't count, I believe. So we'd have to be absolutely sure that wasn't going to happen before you chuck a unit off. I mean, I guess the plan is you leave a unit there until the very last moment, and then something like that. Who knows? I don't think I can protect this hex if I move out of it. I don't see. We move that guy there, or move that guy. Right, sorry, it was app time. Okay, so I said, so I'll move that guy in there, and then at first I thought, move this guy 1, 2 into there. I'm thinking, well, okay, it blocks it off there, it can't go there, but I can just trace this way. So, unless I was to do something crazy like this as well, but that's moving into intense red. I don't see that as being a great idea. I'd like to move the guys up there. Hang on, what about this guy could 2-hex move here. That might cover it actually. I don't know if this is all worthy though, is it? Okay, let's look. I can maybe rewind. So 1, 2-hex move there. Well, the command post doesn't move anyway, so. And then this guy is within 3, so he's getting a free move as well. And he can 2-hex move 1, 2. Yeah, that's okay. 1, 2. A4 cannot trace, no, and then no, because we're on the higher ground. That works. Right, well that would work. Yeah. Does it achieve what you want? I don't know. I think we need some of this stuff coming that way to help. I suppose the fact that I've got this guy moved up here, then maybe I could just move this guy into here next turn. But then these guys are wanting to move again, aren't they? You can only do so much here, I think. Well, I could use all 3 and then that, and then maybe just move that way with these 3. Does that sound like a plan? Okay. Right, the problem with these 3 is, well, this one is in command. What do we get to 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. So next turn, this would be in command. This one has 1, 2. We're never going to get this one. So the worry is that moving these 2 are obviously, I'm going to be leaving this behind, am I? Does this get a free move? Yeah. Could this go 1, 2 into there? It's just all got a knock-on effect, isn't it? As soon as I start moving things about, I'm going to forget. I think I'm happy with this. Not ecstatic, but so if I was to, I don't really know. I mean, these are 2 intense. It's round the back that's steady, but ideally the move is that guy moves into there, I think, come the time. But here's a thought: would we not be better getting another unit in there beside him so that they could both move in? That sounds like a sensible thought. So what if 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, that would still give us a free move. If I 2-hex move him into here, and then, hang on, do we need to cover that? Yeah, because this guy's a wee 1-step unit. So 2-hex move that into there. Is A1 okay? Yeah, but I'll need to be careful. It's not going to be okay for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 2 turns away though. We can grab A1 with a... I'm annoyed at this. So, right, well, I've moved a lot of things now, so I probably need to go back and look at the video to reset it. I don't think communication is traceable to this, so is it? Can't go that way, can't go that way, can't go that way, can't go. It can go that way, it cannot then go there, and it can go that way. Can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. Right, okay, so A1's still covered. Oops, sorry. And then Are we ready to make a move with this guy, though? And all them are free moves, aren't we? We've got 2 action markers. I don't think so, because next turn we move that into there. Next again turn we move, that's when we want to move adjacent. And the thing is, we probably need to be bringing something like that. Yeah, that needs to be joining that into that intense fire hex. Just chuck them both in there. Chuck these 2 guys both in there, and then hope for the best. So, when's he likely to make it? Well, he doesn't exactly need to join up there, I suppose, but as long as they both end up in that hex at the same time as these 2 end up in that hex. That's a bit away, so that probably means that guy could just sit there still, I think. Yeah. Okay, I have no idea if this is... Oh, yeah. Right, okay. So what else have we missed in there? Well, this guy's sitting here. He's really the one that's going to take on the red position, isn't he? Ooh, yeah, no, that's not. I don't think so. Yeah, so I think he's just going to sit tight. It might make sense moving the general into there. There's no trace into the hex, so it's not that he can get captured or anything. So that he grabs a free action for this guy next turn. So yeah, so we've got this group with the HQ here. One of these guys, oh yeah, he fired, didn't he? That's arranged. Yeah, there's this brown position in the way, isn't there? Can we avoid that? We can, really. It's another non-VP hex. I think we've got to try and just avoid that. So that's coming across a bluff. So that's all coming into there, because I'm going to try and go up this gap. And well, he could 2-hex it, couldn't he? He could. That's moving into steady brown, so he could go 1, 2 into there, though. That's him crossing over. And then this guy goes 1 crossing the bluff. And then I think we just move the HQ across the bluff, just the 1 as well. It does mean this guy's rushed away, though, so wouldn't you be better just leaving him back there? Really? Maybe not. He can join that general. I mean, we're all going to get together here, I think. I'm going to have to watch what's happening now, because that's us crossing units over that side. Which is fine, but I just need to be careful how I operate them and use action markers and the likes. Yeah, I'm not going to go near this. Mind you, we have these guys in here. No, but this has got to concentrate with taking the red. I thought we did want to take another draw. I mean, the draw is worth 4 points. If we can get a engineer base established soon. Well, hopefully we're going to do that next turn. No, not next turn, the next again. So that's turn 26. We actually established the base. 27, it goes to range 1. 28, it goes to range 2. But then that's it. Well, we don't know about this one, so 29, it would go to range 3. Nobody's still commented on that. I need to go and look for that. I need to go and look about that hex. I'll probably just type in the hex number and then maybe I get a result. 1017. And then it'd be easy enough to take the draw. Well, as nothing pops up here. As long as we can take this brown position. So, but I think if these guys go up through here, and then something comes back once these guys get up, and then we maybe go for the brown, something like that. Something like that. Yes. Okay. I think that's probably about everything. I've still got 2 action markers. Well, nothing to do really. Like I say, this guy's just biding his time. No, I don't want to do that. I was going to say, why not move him out of that sporadic red, but yeah, communication would open up to C1 again because these guys are on the lower ground. Yeah, so just have them sitting there, I think, and then yeah, these 2 guys are just going to sit just now until this guy gets across in a better position, and also this. Okay. Well, I think we'll maybe leave it at that. Right. It looks probable that this part's going to be three parts now, because that seemed quite long in me working out things. And I think it's going to be a wee bit more complex now in the West, because I don't think I'm moving forward. I'm going to try and carefully move back in most places. So, so there's probably a bit to think about there. It's a totally different strategy, isn't it? Okay. Right, I think I'm done. I'm going to cut it there. I might just have a look over things myself, just in case, and then I can always come back before I start and then adjust if I feel the need. Because yeah, it feels wrong having 2 action markers left. We're only 1 or 2 turns ago we were struggling for actions, but you get some turns like that. I suppose that's what the HQ spreading out, that's what it does. Right, okay, I'll be back with the next half of the action phase. Hopefully I'll just move on to it right away, guys. Okay, cheers. Right, hi all. Right, just came straight back. I had a quick look at my moves across there, and I don't know. We'll just leave it. We'll leave it. See what happens. Okay, so across here, a couple of disruptions. This guy was disrupted. However, I think the worst one is probably this guy in here. I suppose we might as well stick down here and see what's... This is our hero, isn't it? I mean, the only good thing is in a safe hex. Now, remember, we cannot retake any hit on a 4-strength unit from the 29th Division, and the game's over. So, and this guy is a little vulnerable too. So yeah, that's 2 disruptions. Yeah, and of course actions is an issue too, isn't it? Yeah, I was forgetting. Well, these are all going to get free actions. These have all blooming moved, aren't they? This and this is getting a free action. This is okay where he is. The tank can get a move from the engineer base. So we don't need actions across here. So our 3 actions can be used across here. So that should be fine then. Yeah, this tank probably needs to... No, he's got a long way to go. And he can't get onto the road. Well, this red's still doing its thing anyway. Okay, so what's vulnerable here? We're giving up here, aren't we? We can't... 3, 6, this is disrupted this turn, so it's not going to... That's 9, 10, 11. That's 13 that we've got there. And that's me taking a chance, moving this into here, taking a chance that we... And that's only 13. So, yes, we would bring the weapons, but I don't think it's right. I don't. I think we need to just get out of there. So, and the best thing to do... I mean, I'm not happy with this guy as well, so I know he's a full strength... Oops. I know he's a full strength unit, but I think backing him into here beside the hero... that's a VP hex, but... Yeah. I'd like to avoid the catastrophic loss, you know what I mean? I said in the end of the last part, didn't I? I said that, or the part before, or whatever, the end of the last turn, I think I said that, no, it was after the action phase, the fire phase, we'll get there, that if I maybe took catastrophic loss, I could maybe still play it on. Well, I'd rather not have that and see how miserable we end up, you know. So I'm thinking these guys, yeah. We still want to not. So yeah, we want to back these guys up. I'm just thinking, could we leave one of these guys in here and one of them in there, and then just leave them? Leave one of these guys in here. There's a risk of Brown getting occupied once we eventually move out of that, and that Brown fires into that. Does that tend to make you think you want to leave a guy in there then? Well, we're not going to gain the victory point for that because Orange is firing into it. We're not taking the draw. We're giving up whatever in there. The problem is we lose points for the WN positions being... What does it say? Subtract 1 victory point for each WN hex you do not control. Ooh. Well, we're definitely not controlling this one, aren't we? But it would mean that we would still... Or would it? I don't think it would it? Because if we only control this one hex... Or does that work? Yeah, because it could be that it's different. I mean, for victory point purposes in the turns 1 to 16, you gained 1 victory point per WN hex you controlled, wasn't that? Actually, no, because there's the word in there. The word in's position. So there's where, see when you see that, that's what's wrong. That's 1 victory point for each WN position you control. And then it says the WN position occupying 2 hexes is worth 2 victory points. Okay, well, I take that back. It does kind of explain it there, I suppose. But it's worth no points until you control both hexes. That's not quite stated, though, when you come to the other rules, then. So, I suppose my question is going to be, if I leave 1 unit in here, am I going to control this hex? For victory point purposes, or for not negative victory point purposes. That's a bit weird. Because as changing the name there, it's calling it a WN hex rather than a position. So it is differentiating there. Uh, what was I was looking for control again, yeah. No, hang on. I need to look at. Yeah, a hex is considered unused control for victory point purposes if the hex is occupied or controlled by a US unit and is unused communication and is not in the field of fire of a German unit. Now see, because we've already realised that this position is in field of fire of this orange. So does that mean that I cannot control this hex? If it does, then their wording there's not great, is it? When it talks in the victory point conditions, subtract 1 victory point for each WN hex you do not control. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if we still have to consider that this position is still getting fired upon, therefore we do not control this, or because it then splits it down into, hold on, this is a separate hex from this, there's no fire into this hex, that's fine. I could see that being argued either way, especially with the wording that it's using there. It's talking about positions at one point, and then it's talking about hexes, so... But I know this is a bit, and they did try and tighten the whole 2-hex position thing up as the games go on, but... okay, so... Well, I think what makes sense is that's going to take an action, by the way, to move these guys back into there. And you know what? If that means, if I leave, well, hopefully I'll get the answer before we move on, because there's no point leaving a unit sitting there. Well, to be honest, it means that this can't reoccupy. So we probably do want to leave a guy sitting there. And then I think we'll move our hero back down here, taking the blue position. Makes sense. And I still have one action marker. Well, see, I don't want to move both these guys out of that position as well, but then again, that means leaving a guy in this position. What if I put one of them into there and leave one of them there? And just leave them sitting there. Then it kind of protects that. It doesn't give us a victory point there. It does stop a negative victory point from appearing here. Until this guy advances into that hex. Then that's all up in the air. Yeah, I mean, the main purpose here is just to get out of there and take our 4 strength units and, well, also the 6 strength unit, take it away as well. So, yeah, I don't see the point in, because I can make a 2-hex move into there with one of these guys, but obviously the hex is full just now. So I'll maybe just leave these 2 guys in the green then. And then that way, doesn't mean I need to use an action on one of them the next turn. And I'll be using an action on him to move. They'll basically be switching places, really. Okay, so I think that maybe means I could actually move that tank, but... Oh, here's the thing. Yeah, here's me coming back down to the beach, and this red position's still firing. I forgot about that. Well, so that means you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes to get yourself through. Nah. Well, hold on, Grant. Nah. Just bring the guys down to the beach. It's yeah, they're looking for a boat back out. They're wanting a Dunkirk situation. I think so. Yeah. There's not an awful lot left in this anyway. There is one full strength unit there, but then I suppose I could have took a risk on him and chucked him up that way as a full strength unit, but I don't know. There's no victory points up there either. Could have made a dash for, what is it, the exit up there is F. And then hope that we kept US communication in F at the end of the game. Where was he? He was sitting there. So it would be a infiltration move into there. And then he's sitting in intense red. Nah, you know what? No. Let's just leave it. Let's just get them back down the beach. And we'll try and leave something in this, and this. And we're as well leaving something in blue. In fact, that guy can probably just sit there, the hero. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, leave a unit in here, here, and here. And here. And, yeah, like I've just said, it's just as well the hero just sitting there, really. It doesn't really matter who's who, to be honest. Okay. Right, next part of the puzzle is this. And this is really important as well. I mean, again, we want to get out. We want to come down and around. I mean, up this way in a safe way, which is probably coming right around to these. I don't know. Do we think we can take the blue position on to make it easier for us to just come through the draw? I don't know. Well, we'll work on that. Right, these are all free moves. This is only 2 strengths, so these are the most vulnerable units we've got here. And I think they're only sitting in red though, aren't they? The orange doesn't fire into there, or the purple. So 4, 8, 12, 14. Oh yeah, and we need 16 to disrupt them. So 4, 8. Right, we can move 1 unit out then, because that means that needs to fire. And I'm right in thinking we do need to disrupt it, don't we? We do. And then pray that we don't get the same event we got the last turn. The first event. Or, I'd be happy to have it as the second event. Well, I'm not happy, but it's either that or, see, that would move back into steady red. This would move out of danger. This would move out of danger. And they would move back into steady red. But if red fires, we've got we've got 2 triangles and a diamond there. And it only needs 1 hat. I think we have to. So, I don't think it matters which one does what, does it? That's definitely the right thing to do, isn't it? I think so. There's no hope. Yeah, it's far too risky, and I don't want to sort of just say, well, I'll take a chance, and if I take the catastrophic loss, then but I'll still play on. I want to try and, even if it's going to end up with a VP count that's a defeat, then so be it. But I'm not going to go to catastrophic defeat unless, there's nothing I can do about it. So 4, 8, 10, 17. So this guy, yeah, he wants to make a move then. So do we back this guy up down the bluff? Yeah, he's still going to be sitting in steady, but that's fine. This guy backs up. And then these both attack, and this attacks, and the ranged infantry attacks. So that's 17. So 17 against 8. We do not have the weapons. Yeah, and that's one unit moved out of intense red, so yeah. Both triangles, but they're both in intense, so yeah, I mean, if he gets his disruption off in the fire, then that's that, you know. Hopefully the disruption stays on, and these would be able to move back into steady. And then when the disruption comes off, we can then move them to safety. That's all we can do. But if disruption comes off next turn, I'm in the same position. Really. I can move this guy into a better, safer hex, but yeah. Yeah, it's a bit rubbish, but yeah. Okay, what else we got? Yeah, that ranged infantry, the general. I don't know. There's no. Yeah. There's no. I don't think there's much point in me trying to even go for this blue position. Really. I think I'd be as well just trying to move up there. Oh. Is that the event? Oh, it is, thank God. I thought it was red on the fire card over on the west, and that would have reoccupied, wouldn't it? It's not, though. I was looking at the event card. There's no red. I suppose that was kind of fortunate too. Can I double move into that? I could. And then move the general up. I could. So 1, 2. That's a free move from the general. It's just sporadic blues moving into, and then steady orange, which is fine. And then move the general up, I think. He's still grabbing. You can give that guy a wee shift. And I think we just move through the gap and forget about the blue. But it does mean that these guys are probably not going to be able to get involved, but because they're going to have to come round and avoid that blue, but nah. It's just a retreat again, really. Okay, so I still have one action left. I don't... yeah, what was the reason it was to stop the communication to here, wasn't it? I can leave that guy sitting there. He's fine. There's no advance in that as well, or all he's going to do is get disrupted. And then eventually I'll be able to drop him back there, I think. Once we get something in this orange position, drop him back there. And then probably just leave them like that. Whether that means... Yeah, because again, I cannot control this hex or this hex. Because red fires into there and blue fires into there. Whether it counts for me controlling these hexes or not, that remains to be seen for now. So... But there's going to be a lot of negative points going about. It's not really what I'm going to need with my limited plus points, I think. But yeah, I think it's probably rather hopeless. So what about our tank then? That's like sitting with that engineer. No, he's going to get a freebie, actually, isn't he? Does that not mean I can move this guy back? What's that range? It's 2. I think I might be able to use the action on that then. Because our tank, that's never going to get up the draw away in the east, is it? Yeah, because it's kind of like... well, actually, you know what his best bet is? Its best bet is this draw here. It might have... because it's behind the shingle. So I think this is fine, although this is a trail, so he's only going to get 1 move along there. But next turn he'll get a free move again, because that's range 2. And then the next again turn I think we'll be able to place the engineer base, and then start opening up this. So he might, because it's not a big draw to get up there, he just needs to get up to there, and it's worth a point, is it? Or 2 points? Is it per step? I don't know. It probably doesn't matter, but anyway, that's what we're going to try and do. So, okay, does that mean I can use that action to bring that guy down? Because I've still got an action there. Yeah, the other tank's not got hope, is it? Far too far away. Yeah, just leave him. Yeah, so if I move that down to here, can we trace communication from here? No. Yes. Oh, I just moved the tank away. That's what was stopping it. That's what I looked at. So it could actually trace there, and up. Yeah, so let's just leave that guy there now. Okay, well, maybe that wasn't as long as I thought, actually. Rather sad, though, to be coming back, failing at our mission. Yeah. Well, we're getting close to the end one way or the other, I think. Whether it's worth taking it right to the end of the turns, I don't know. I want to try and avoid the catastrophic loss, actually. I'd rather... it would be nice if I could avoid that and maybe just see. And I think what I'll do is I'll let me see, you know, because along here I'm still unsure about if I should be trying to get to this exit, get to that exit, you know, sit in victory points and keep them, because, you know, if I keep moving, I can't keep the hexes, you know, they can't. Be great if you could just garrison them as you went through them. That would be too easy, I think. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. I'll just double check everything, and then hopefully we can call this a wrap. Okay. I've had a quick look over things. Yeah. Kind of feel like it's slipping away now, anyway. So, or it's slipped away. Okay, so I moved the marker on to turn 25. Just realised that HQ that got put back on the track, I'll be coming to the landing beach boxes today on the 25th. I'm not really sure there's any point putting it along beside these guys, which it came from. I don't know, actually. Well, you know what? It could well be worthwhile bringing it in away along here. I don't think there's anything to stop me from doing that. Yeah, there might be, I suppose. It maybe seems a little bit odd, but well, we'll have a look before we make that jump. It might not make any difference at all, to be honest. Okay, I'll wrap this up, and I don't know, might be able to squeeze that on top of the other one, so it might just be 2 parts, but it might be 3 parts, and the third part will just be quite a shorter one. Okay, cheers guys.